Good morning, this is Kellyland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Students from 3 Sioux Falls schools are safe after an intense situation at the National Speech and Debate Tournament in Des Moines, Iowa.
A Wyoming man is facing multiple charges for allegedly causing a disturbance that led to the EMC Expo Center being evacuated Thursday afternoon.
Officials say a man entered the stage area at the event and displayed behavior that prompted safety concerns, leading to the evacuation.
We were all like, okay, like, is this a practical joke or something? And then he's like, I didn't hear it properly, but when I came out, I heard people saying, oh, I have a joke for you. I have a ball. Like, why would you say that? And then everyone started running out, and I was like, it's just like speed dials. And I was like, I'm gonna also run out, and I was just really scared because I didn't have my dad with me. I lost my friend, I lost my stuff, and everyone was just like running out, and I kept following. I was just so confused.
Authorities did not recover or see any weapons during the incident. Tournament participants were later allowed back into the venue.
22-year-old Jaden Michael Rockefort of Cheyenne, Wyoming is charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct and 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance.
A Wisconsin man is behind bars in Rapid City, accused of shooting a gun into the air.
Police say it happened just after 10:30 Wednesday night outside a business on the northeastern side of town. Authorities say it was all caught on video.
Witnesses told police that the shooter was wearing a construction vest. Police found 22-year-old Adrian Wapoose walking in the parking lot.
Officers found the gun in a nearby field and arrested Wapoose for a list of charges, including reckless discharge of a firearm.
1 person is dead after a crash in the Black Hills. The Deadwood Volunteer Department says it happened just after 10 o'clock Thursday morning on the southwestern edge of town.
Firefighters arriving on scene found the person trapped in the car was dead and used the jaws of life to get the body out.
Well, now let's get a check on the weather with meteorologist Brian Carsons. It's supposed to be a hot day out there, Brian.
Absolutely. A very hot day today. Heat headlines are in effect. So drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, and stay out of the heat if you can. If you're working out in that, make sure you take some breaks and be very fully aware of what's happening, because it's not just hot weather. It's some humidity, too, in the mix here. So the heat index is above 100 degrees. The high today, 100 in Mitchell, 105 in Chamberlain. It's a drier heat the farther west you go to today. So Rapid City at 104 with a southwest wind 20 to 40. That is a quick look at the weather. We'll dive into the rest of the weekend and beyond coming up.
Thank you, Brian. If you're looking for a way to spend your hot Saturday indoors, there's a shopping event for you.
The small shop's big impact benefits Lifescape. Even more than just helping out the nonprofit, it also helps the participating small businesses.
Makers Exchange here, and then Apricot Lane, Mulberry Market, Josiah's Coffee House, MK Threads, Zanbro's Variety, Say Anything Jewelry, and then ending at Remedy.
You can pre-register or register the day of. A bingo card will be given out for participants to fill as they go to each store, but purchases are not necessary.
People in Sioux Falls are gearing up for the annual Juneteenth celebration this weekend.
One of the performers in this year's event shares how she's marking the holiday this year.
Juneteenth is a celebration of the emancipation of the slaves, and I think it's important for people, to know that. I think this is definitely a very important holiday to celebrate. It's definitely a holiday that people need to know about. It's our history, and we can't forget our history, because if we forget our history, we repeat it, and we can't repeat our history.
Free food and drinks will be available during this year's Juneteenth celebration, which starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning at Faywick Park.
Details on how to get involved can be found under this story on Kellyland.com.
Black bears have been spotted in South Dakota this week.
Game Fish and Parks confirmed 2 bears were seen. A viewer posted this video of a bear at Pelican Lake, which is southwest of Watertown.
You can see the dog barking at the bear, and the dog's owner tells us that the animal was not aggressive.
Digital reporter Ray Yost talked with the man who posted the video, and has more in a Kellyland.com original on our website. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check your weather with meteorologist Brian Carstens. Brian?
All right, checking that weather forecast today. Well, heat advisories and extreme heat warnings in effect. So those are the technical terms for these areas. And basically the bottom line is It's definitely feeling hot. Obviously, the heat index can vary a little bit. You got more humidity tossed into the forecast the farther east you live, and so that's why the extreme heat warning is out for Sioux Falls. Bottom line, we just make sure that you take care and check on your pets. Make sure that you're limiting your exposure to the heat as much as you can. So get your work done early in the day when the temperatures are in the 70s. Sioux Falls area, we're quickly climbing though, aren't we? And that's what we're going to deal with. 97 for a high today. Tonight, there is the risk of severe weather in North Dakota. Some of that could clip far northern Kettleland. So at this point, I still think the worst of this story is north or outside of our coverage area, but we'll be keeping a really close eye on those southern storms. And wherever the edge of that cap ends up being, you can get some pretty mean weather. All modes of severe weather are possible within this risk zone, including tornadoes, hail, and high winds. So again, just going to let you know that that story is out there too. It's not just the heat headlines. Let's take a look at Futurecast. So this is the bottom line to get to midday. We're warming up. We're going to continue warming here. Hundreds likely on the forecast from Mitchell to Chamberlain today. And then you see those thunderstorms, the edge of that right there near Aberdeen or a little bit north of town. So again, we'll be watching that through the mid-evening. All of that weather is then going to blow to the east here and get into central and northern Minnesota. Tomorrow, another scorcher. It's above 100 degrees west of Sioux Falls. I think Sioux Falls, the more the data keeps pouring in, the likelihood of hitting 100 degrees or higher is looking pretty good. Now, whether or not you like that or not, that's another story. I imagine most of you would rather not hit 100 degrees, and certainly your plants and your vegetables and the farmers that are struggling with some patchy moisture that we've had lately. Some of you have had a lot of rain. There are many that have not, and this is not a good thing on the crops this weekend. It's going to tap more moisture out of the ground. We've talked about that story. We got to get through one more day, Sunday. That's a hot one with that southwest wind blowing in to Mitchell and Sioux Falls and Yankton. But look at the difference. You go west of Pierre, this cold front's already on the move, and then that's going to set the stage for the change in the weather. The temperature is going to be dramatically cooler on Monday, and the hope is we're going to start to get some thunderstorm activity in our region. And it's going to start in a few segments, probably Sunday night, early Monday. And then I would just encourage you to just keep watching the weather next week. I think the southeast is probably going to be the wettest. Northern Iowa, you look at the projections next week, the tropical moisture that comes out of Texas, it's going to be hanging around. It's not just 1 or 2 days of that. We're going to have several days of moisture coming up from the south, and so we'll see how that unfolds on our rain forecast. But the hints are there of some locally, in fact, even some regional heavy rainfall. So we'll be here to monitor that in the Storm Center. In the short term, though, it is dry. Sioux Falls for the weekend, right around 100. We drop to 80 on Monday, and then we pick up those thunderstorm chances with the change in the weather. Aberdeen, there's also a chance of rain next week. The chances are not as organized as they are for Sioux Falls. So at this point, we're more inclined to say the southeast might get the brunt of that, but jury's still out on how many thunderstorms could affect central and western South Dakota. Obviously, it's going to be a lot cooler starting on Monday. Even on Sunday, that temperature 89 in Pierre could be early afternoon, and we could already start dropping. See how the difference shows up in Rapid City, only 79 on Sunday. So after 100-degree heat, that'll feel pretty good. More details online at kettleland.com.